So we're talking about investors and money managers, and Ben Carlson, the best thing I've read, I'm going to have a new segment. What the best thing I've read in the last 24 hours. Well, this is the best thing I've read, at least in the last 24 hours. You should look it up. It's a wealth of common sense titled Social Proof in the Markets. And I think that many money managers, portfolio managers, financial advisors, they get this stuff wrong too. They assume they must be right no matter what the market does. Quote, he says, "I'm not wrong, I'm just early." Yeah, exactly. How many times have you heard that before? I was a little early getting out of the market in 2010. Yeah, because I got a little bit of my money back after the big decline, and then it looked really pricey. And in 2011, I really got out. I was happy I got out because the S&P got downgraded. And what happened was the market continued to skyrocket. But I was a little bit early because sooner or later this market's going to crater. Folks, that was 6-7 years ago, and it's gone straight up. Anyway, it's the market that must be wrong and all those other idiots, but surely not me, so says Mr. Carlson. He goes on, and I'll finish right here. One of the most fascinating aspects of the market today is that most investors assume everyone else must be crazy. Those who have been sitting on the sidelines in cash assume everyone in the market at current valuation levels must be nuts. Well, that makes sense because there's two sides of the trade. So people that are in the market say you're an idiot for being out of the market, and people who are out of the market say you're an idiot because the valuations are too high. So finally he says this: saying I don't know more often than not should be on your high list of priorities of things you tell yourself when you have those conversations in the mirror or however you have them. Seeing both sides of a trade or argument to understand what might be missing. Understanding that there's more luck involved with the wins than you care to admit. Constantly re-examining the previously held views in light of new information. Ooh, I've got some more stuff to talk about that at some date and time. And making room for enough self-doubt and humility to keep yourself honest. Honest Gene is in the studio. Hello, Mr. Pastula. You've experienced in your many, many years of doing this.
That's pretty heavy stuff.
It is heavy stuff, but it's also spot on.
Yes,
you, of course, have been a CFP for a gajillion years, and you have hired money managers for yourself. You've done a little bit of money management and all that. And I think you would be the first to admit that he is spot on. I didn't do any of this.
I have the I don't know part down
Pat?
pretty good. Yeah. I've done that pretty well.
But it's the best thing, being able to admit that and being a financial planner tells me you've got a lot of self-confidence, that you know what you don't know, and then you're willing to find people that theoretically can do a better job at certain aspects of planning than you can.
Yeah, I just sort of stay away from all the stuff I don't know.
Well, yeah, but most people
Particularly
don't.
when it's other people's money, and if it's my own, I can give it a try, and I go in all the time and then reaffirm the fact that I don't know.
Exactly. All right, well, I wanted to talk about old people because you're an expert on old people because you and I have been experiencing that by the day. So I want you to comment because I made a list of things that I think are critically important. Wills, living trusts, durable powers of attorney, healthcare directives. We talk about estate planning documents all the time, but how many people do you know that are old, like you and me, that still haven't done that stuff?
I haven't counted lately, but I would say that, a substantial portion, all the stuff that there is but we talk about that there is that should be done are the stuff that people don't want to do.
They don't want to do it.
They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to do it. They don't understand it. They don't want to go to a lawyer to draw those
They're cheap.
documents.
They don't want to spend any money.
They don't want to spend any money. Well, because it's a will and trust and power of attorney or a new flat screen, big screen.
There you go.
And
it is football season.
Yeah, I know. So
next one, long-term care. You're an expert in the long-term care
that's
field.
one they really don't want to talk about.
But I can tell you, because I read the statistics, the numbers of long-term care insurance policies are going down significantly, whereas the number of those hybrid policies that you invented are going up significantly.
The new ones, the first ones you mentioned have kind of stopped going down, and so they're a little better now. I mean, but they're much more expensive than they were before. But the idea is that those are insurance contracts that are typically the kind that you've learned about all your life, where you pay the money to the insurance company and you either file a claim or you don't at some point in time, and if you don't, the insurance company keeps your money. And most people think, well, then the insurance company won. Mathematically, they kept your money, but they gave a bunch to somebody else.
But what's interesting, though, on the win side is if insurance companies were winning so much on long-term care, how come there used to be 132 of them that sold it, and now there's like 6?
Yeah, so there was, that would make 126 that didn't win.
That didn't
right?
win.
Yeah, exactly. But it's, they didn't, probably most of them didn't actually lose, but they found that it wasn't near as profitable as it needed to be for them, and it was just something that they decided to get out of. I mean, it is not a win-lose type of situation. It's truly just, as
mathematics,
one pundit
isn't it?
in my business says, it's math and science.
Yeah.
And so that's it,
Let's move on, because old people need a sound retirement withdrawal strategy. There's been a lot written on this, and there's really 2 camps. There's the probability-based camp, which is the stock and bond jockeys, and then there's the safety-first camp, which is where you sit.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like it on the line here. Since I know a lot about the insurance-based products, the annuities and insurance contracts that address retirement income, I have a high regard for them, which is why I come on this show. And I incorporate them into my plan. So part of my withdrawal strategy, if you will, is set up with these institutions that use math and science to guarantee me an income from the money that I put with them. And I know that's going to be there as long as myself and my wife live, and I don't have to worry about it. And then I can take the other money that I have that's invested in a portfolio, stocks and bonds, etc., and then judge for myself how much of that I want to take and the like. So I kind of balance it out, and
which is, I think, quite smart.
It is.
I don't know where you learned that, but I think that is one of the reasons you come on this show.
I don't know about smart, but wise.
Well, I think the reason you come on the show is to learn this stuff, because we have talked about it 1,000 times. We got to take a break. When we come back, there's the asset allocation and asset location, longevity insurance. This is the stuff that old people need. And by the way, well, you have to define old. I'm not even going to touch that one. And then, do old people need life insurance? We have the expert in the house that can answer that question. It's Gene Pastula. He's a certified financial planner. He is the proprietor of SafeMoneyMonitor.com. You can check him out. We don't have to check him out. Just go there and check out his information. We'll take a quick break, come back. It's the Ray Program.